In this video, we're going to show you some of our favorite tackling drills that you can do at both the youth and high school level to practice safe tackling. That way you can minimize the risk of your players getting hurt during the week, but also teach them to tackle safely during your Friday, Saturday, or Sunday games. The first drill is from our good friend Spencer Smith at the Triple H Tackling Academy. And what he does is he has two players go back to back, and they're both going to run around this blue cone here. And again, it's just an open field tackling. It's a low impact tackling drill, but you're teaching your players how to close space, how to wrap up properly, and then how to take to the ground. Now, when they both get up, now the offense becomes defense. He's going to throw him the football. And then again, they switch places and it's another open field tackle. But this is a great drill to get multiple reps out of all of your players. That way they can, we're not waiting on the sidelines, just get one rep and then 10 minutes goes by and another rep happens. You're consistently getting reps in this drill. So I'm a huge fan of this drill. And I thought coach did a great job of organizing this drill to make sure everybody gets around the cone, tackles safely, and then again, re-ups, throws the football off almost like it's a kickoff or a punt return, and then it's an open field tackle here to bring them safely to the ground. Again, all low impact drills. Now, this next drill is from University of Holy Cross. And this is one of my favorite drills from an angle perspective because it teaches your players when to turn their motor on and when to slow down and get ready for a cutback. So the point of this drill is this player in white has to make it to this cone on the right side here, or he can choose to cut back. You get one cut, that's it. So you're either racing to the cone or you're cutting back. And the defensive player right here needs to adjust his angle and either tag off at the hip or wrap and bring to the ground. In this drill right now, they're all in shorts, so you're just gonna see him tag off at the hip. But again, you can do this. I recommend doing it just tagging off the hip to start, and then if you wanna bring to the ground later, you can. But you're gonna see, again, if you take a poor angle, you're gonna be chasing, and it's gonna be more of a back hip, try to clip the ankle type tackle. Or if they do cut back, you're gonna have to reposition yourself to try to thud this player up. But again, I thought this was a great drill to just focus on angles, getting downhill, and making sure that you're collapsing that hip and making sure that player can't cut back. So this is what we call our 45-degree box drill, and just one cut is all the running back gets. This next drill is again from Coach Spencer Smith at the Triple H Tackling Academy. If you don't follow them on Twitter or Instagram, I highly recommend you do. And again, we're just trying to get 4 tackles in one here, but we're doing it in a train or in a line. That way each player can rotate down as they get hit. So you notice he's going to go at a 45-degree to his left, 45-degree to his right, and then same thing. So we're getting 4 tackles here and we're bringing the players to the ground. One other variation you could do if you want to have the player pop his helmet off, that way he's just using his shoulder and teaching them how to strike on the hip and then bring them to the ground. Again, philosophy wise, some of you may be looking at this and saying his head's on the wrong side. It doesn't matter if you teach rugby tackling or head across. Again, we just want to make sure that we're teaching safely how to bring a player to the ground. Coach teaches shoulder tackling, the rugby style, head out of the tackle, which is also what I teach. Again, I believe it's the most safest way to do it. Whatever your philosophy is in keeping your kids safe, this drill will help you have them deliver contact and not keep their head and not leading with their head through the tackler. Okay. So again, I thought this was a great drill to get 4 tackles in one and to take the player to the ground safely. This next drill is from Coach Giancola, and I like this drill with tackling rings, or you can do it with bags if you have younger players and you want to have coaches that stand behind here to pull the bag. But all we're doing is we're trying to wrap, clamp on, and then keep running our feet. Too often, what happens if you look at all your tackling, if your player is laying on his back every time he makes a tackle, there's a good chance he's probably not driving his feet and running his feet on contact. So this will teach you to make contact, and then we're going to pull it away from them. That way they got to keep running their feet all the way through. They have to stay clamped throughout the entire tackle, and then they're going to bring this thing to the ground. And you notice the feet never stop. Even the player who loses the battle at the top here, right? He loses leverage a little bit. His feet are continuing to run the entire time. And I thought this was a great drill to teach your players good habits on when I hit, my feet keep running. You don't lunge at a defender. You don't just throw your body at it. You clamp and then you keep running. So again, I thought this was a perfect demonstration of it. If you don't have tackling rings, just use a trap pad or a pad that you can just pull with you and have the players run, wrap, and then bring it all the way to the ground. This next drill is a crash pad tackling drill. Now, I found this from USC, and they do it from a greater distance. I recommend doing it maybe from 2 to 3 yards to start. That way your players can get used to thudding up, wrapping, and driving into the ground. But they do it from distance, and they have a player moving, which I think is great because you don't want to tackle necessarily stationary objects because in a game, everything is dynamic, right? Everything moves. A running back's moving, he's cutting. Well, how can we use our eyes to track this ball carrier and then get downhill and then safely tackle them onto the ground? From the distance they're going right about 7 yards, it's going to be a little bit more of a high impact tackle. So we want to make sure the ball carrier is at least tackled onto something comfortable. That way they're not rolling on the ground the entire time. So if you are looking to protect yourself, maybe in a high school practice or college practice, this may be a drill for you. But notice they're driving to the ground, and then both players are landing safely on the crash mat. Again, if you don't have a crash mat, I think we bought it's called the Pillow Pit on Amazon. I'll link that below if you want to check it out. And just something comfortable. It cost us like $100, I think it was. It's just for them to lay on it, be able to lay on it comfortably, and then get back up. And then you notice the timing of this drill too. Like the reps are continuous. They're not waiting for the next guy to get up. They're continuously moving and getting as many reps as they can. So again, this drill is just great if you want to hit a moving target and then safely bring them to the ground, reducing the risk of injury. All right, this next drill is just a 4 cone drill. And I recommend you do these drills, whether you put 6 cones out here or 4. I recommend starting with 4, and then you can move the angles to 6. But with these 4 cones, each player is just going to start back to back, and they're just going to pick a cone and go around it. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to randomize where each player is going around. So this player has no clue what the other player is doing. They have to quickly get around the cone, orient themselves, and then tackle the player and put them on the ground. So that's the basis of the drill. So when the coach blows the whistle, again, player in white's going to turn around, find them, and then that other player has to make an open field move. What we recommend is whenever the defense player goes around the cone, you need to own leverage. So if you notice this player here, he's taking away the inside right now, meaning I'm going to force you to go to the outside. That way I can cut my chances in half of where you're going to be. And then he's going to drive and make a tackle and bring them to the ground. So if you're looking for something low impact that isn't players running from 10, 15 yards apart, I know the Oklahoma drill is really banned in a lot of states. This is a way that you can get, they're all within 5 yards. So the contact isn't going to be great, but it's a great way to take to the ground. Again, you're seeing a wrap up here, a clamp, bring to the ground. And it's a safer way to tackle without having high impact and without putting players at risk from distance. Now, if you like these tackling drills, we have a whole database of these types of tackling drills you can check out inside of Victory Pro. We'll put the link below in the description. If you do have any questions about any of these drills, please let us know in the comments below. We're happy to help out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.